Yo, what up, people? Welcome
What
to
up?
Blunt
What up?
Talk No Love. We got a good one for y'all tonight, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. We do look for feedback on these types of topics. Tonight's topic is women checking women, and the reason we decided to go that route is because we're seeing an uptick in women letting other women know where their faults lie. And so this is one of the things that I've been noticing for a good minute. I tried to stay out of it because I wanted to see, what was going to be the change, and if that change is going to be something that'll be beneficial for everybody. I am your host of the evening, P. Dot on the spot,
Silent Child 17. Goes, son.
and Chop Tracks will be in the building a little later on, so y'all be checking him out when he come in because I know he coming in hot.
Yep.
So, all right. So, my brother and I was just talking, and before we started the show, and we had a what may wind up being a subject for a later time, but I think that'll be something good that we could talk about. Is what would be the possible outcome if we truly understood what it would be to unify as people of color, and how would that help us change our situation in the political, financial, medical, and educational sector. So, that'll be something that'll probably be coming up in the future on one of my next weeks, maybe even Sunday. I don't know yet, but definitely be looking out for that one. But tonight, we're definitely going to get into women checking women, and this is not a subject I take lightly. I don't think anybody should be offended. Hopefully, if you have an opinion or you have something you want to say, jump in the comments, let us know what you're thinking, so we could address it. We could talk about it. We could see what kind of light we could shed on it and what kind of understanding we could come to. So for that, right now, I think it is best that we check the temperature of the room, brother. How your week been going so far?
Oh man, I can't complain. I'm blessed, highly favored. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta keep one foot at a time. One step
That's
at a
what's up.
time, one day at a time. You know those old sayings how it go. You know what I'm saying? Not to do too much, but try to do enough. You know what I mean? Try to stay busy, stay focused. Uh, been trying to dip into some other things. I've been reading into some interesting stuff, P, about a lot of quotes and esoteric I would say knowledge, as they would say, through Egyptian and Greek, and a lot of collaborations and connections with them too, and how it's been used today. Uh, it's been interesting, and it's kind of been opening up some puzzle pieces for a lot of the stuff we talk about on the show, as far as where we come from. Is everybody from Africa? Is the world based off of just this theory that was set out in front of us, basically? So there's been some stuff that's been coming to light that it actually debunks it. And also black nobility in Europe of the time where
Yeah,
they
I
were
remember me and you. I remember
speaking
me and you having a conversation about that one too. Yeah.
black nobility in the time of what they called it, the medieval times. Around these medieval times, and
Yeah.
the the dark era of
That
when the
I think
plague
that's why they
came and
called it
all
that
that.
too.
So it's a
The
lot
dark
of,
era.
yeah, it got some similarities and some little slick side shit in it, definitely, P. So I just been kind of into that, man. Just been trying to stay focused on my family, and business and otherwise. But other than that, man, I've been cool and got to see the grandbaby. My grandbaby came through, man, put a big smile on my face. So, you know, had a good productive week, brother.
Oh yeah, man. It's always good when the grandbabies come through. Man, you know, I like when my grandkids come through or when I get to be around them because they don't see me as often. But when they hear that voice and they really look at me, they be like, "Oh, that's my papa. Oh shit, come here, man." I be like, "Yeah, come on, bro. We about to go outside." Lord. I see now, yeah, the older you get, you spoil children more than you recognize. Like, who this is? Yeah, what's up, that gaming pro? What's happening with you? Welcome to the show. Oh man, we got a good one ready for y'all tonight. And yeah, the
That Gaming
grandkids
Pro six
always do.
five, what it do? What it do?
So so now is the time of season where we get into in other news. And so I want to go ahead and get this started and let's see what we got popping. Cause I think I got a couple of things I could use in other news, but I might hold off on one of them because that'll be the precursor to the show. So let's get started with that. In other news. All right, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, you want to go first, brother? Or you want me to? Well, it's probably I'm gonna just go ahead and get it out of the way because I know I'm gonna ask you, anybody else. This one here is got to be one good example of what happens when you don't have a check and balance system in place to keep an eye on these high level or do I say high level people who have access to sensitive information that would cause other people, right? Uh, that would cause other people delays, uh, potential jail time, I should say, because people be getting hit with fraud cases for shit they didn't even do. So this one right here is a good example, like I said, of what happens when you don't have checks and balances in place. I want y'all to check this one out and tell me what y'all think.
Shout out DD504 in the building.
$6 million food stamp fraud has just been exposed, one of the biggest in U.S. history. And guess what? A USDA employee, yes, someone whose job was to stop fraud, was at the center of it. Her name is Arlasa Davis. Here she is right here. And prosecutors say she used her government access to steal EBT license numbers. Then she sold them to scammers who installed fake EBT machines in smoke shops and bodegas, processing over $30 million in fake SNAP transactions. And it gets worse. She allegedly took bribes disguised as birthday gifts and flowers to keep the scam going. Over 160 illegal terminals were used, mainly around New York. Now she's facing up to 75 years in prison, and 5 others indicted could get up to 35 years each. This is our tax money being stolen. Money meant to help families eat, not line the pockets of crooks and scammers, and people wonder why there's talk about stricter oversight. Now you see why Doge was needed. Stay woke, stay informed. And I can recall back a couple of years ago, people in various states would get their food stamp benefits only to wake up and have them taken. And they said a lot of these transactions was coming out of New York. Now we know who was behind it. And the food stamp people wouldn't even give them the food stamp money that was stolen from them.
Alrighty.
Yeah, bro. Well,
Self-evident, huh, bro?
it's no, well, no. I'm gonna say it's part of the scheme, Peter. Right? It's a part of this grand scheme that we're not realizing, or that we've been abusing as if this is supposed to. I heard a white lady today who be on TikTok and all that a lot, complaining and shit, begging. She actually said she actually got mad because she couldn't use her EBT to get her nails and her hair done no more. And this was one of them. Now we all know EBT is supposed to be used for food. So
Right.
she's mad at she's complaining and saying these people got to do something because I don't know what to do because now I'm $100 short on my rent. See, this is the mentality of some people who actually get these benefits. This is how they think. I'm $100
They
short on my
feel
rent.
entitled.
So thinking what I'm saying. So think about what I'm saying. Now she came back another day, right? And got mad at the people who follow her on TikTok because they wouldn't give her money because they follow her. She said, I got all these followers and can't nobody give me 50 cents. That's not people's job or obligation to take care of you and your children. And then they talk like as if you can't get your ass up and go get a fucking job.
No,
with
they
the
talk
assistance.
as if you owe them something. I don't owe
No,
you nothing.
the taxpayer and the taxpayer and the government is getting ridiculous, bro. But understand that this is why the people who has been looking at this shit from the wrong way are now getting their shit revoked or whatever else is happening, or they gotta come up with this or come up with that. It's because you've been abusing it all this fucking time, and now that these people are finding out that people are actually scamming with these goddamn calls and shit to the highest level, because this bitch worked for them. She sets up the cards.
Yep.
You have to have some type of regulation now, because it didn't went too goddamn far.
What?
It went from look, check me out. It went from you just using the little card from somebody. Oh yeah, girl, you the little food stamps. I'm gonna pay you some cash. Boom, boom, boom. You let me use your card type shit. It went from that to this bitch like she the empire. For what the fuck? This bitch got a whole food stamp empire.
EBT machines and bodegas.
Bitch a fool.
And hookah shops.
A whole organization, Peter. That's racketeering, my brother. But that's all I want to say on that. I ain't gonna dwell on it.
That's racket. No, that's not. That's a good way to think. And I'm glad you said the word racketeering, because when you think about it, she set up 5 different places around New York City.
Yes, sir.
With fake EBT machines, which
cashing out
process 100 and something different cards, or how long you been doing that shit to where the fuck you got $30 million? Bitch.
Now imagine all the old folks that she done stole from as well. Oh,
dead people.
Imagine all the disabilities and all the people who really need it. See, nobody don't care about them though, Pete. No. I'm getting my money. Or I got all this shit going with me where they just giving me shit. Fuck it, just have another kid or something. Like, no, that's not the mentality of how you're supposed to act as a fucking human being, though. That shit is turning people into animals, and they don't understand that you have to have some type of regulation, or your ass would just be, you might as well just go in the jungle and just have at it. We'll try to fight one of them motherfucking gorillas for food or something, and you gonna see how much your ass appreciate EBT and shit. Nobody can. Come on, Pete. No, motherfucker can't make a fire, set up the wood, build a grill.
Don't know how to do none of that shit.
And don't know how to cook the shit to do it. What seasonings is off the leaves and the trees of? Come on, Round. But then got
Shit,
a
I know
problem when the
motherfuckers
people
all
say, "Oh,
right.
this shit's supposed to be fairly dished out." No, don't have a fucking problem. Find out how to actually use the benefits to get off the shit. That's what it's for. It's
Right.
not meant to last forever like a Key Sweat song.
Make it last forever.
And that looking ass. The fuck? So I get it when people are in situations and they need that shit, and I understand that part of it. But if you're not gonna try, if you're not gonna try to understand, if you're not gonna deal with it, don't fucking complain when these people try to regulate this shit, because it's not fairly handed out. This lady has been stealing for years from God knows who. And this
And
is a
God
whole
knows
organization. So nah, I don't want it.
$30 million worth, dude. Damn.
Come on,
What a
son.
house look like? What the
Come
fuck a
on.
house look like?
Nigga, what
Bitch,
her
you
car look like? She driving a Wraith.
nigga, these motherfuckers made $30 million. And that's just between 5 bodegas or five areas of, let's
Just
just say
5.
5
Ain't that?
boroughs,
Ooh.
the 5
Talking
boroughs
about
of
big
New
money.
York. And you done they done collectively made $30 million. Ain't no fucking way, bitch. And you better have had money stashed the fuck away, because once you come home from them 75 years, bitch, you better have something to fall back on, because you damn sure ain't getting no food stamps, Medicaid, Social Security, nothing, bitch. You're lucky your children have anything for you. Because at the rate this shit's going, you get caught committing fraud like that at that level, we coming after you, your children. Now think about it like that. It's the federal government.
How many other states and people who's working for these people are actually doing this in other states as well? That's what I want to know that too. Because I'm pretty sure they got a bitch like that live right down here.
Well, you know,
probably doing the same shit. She better be careful.
She done already opened up the can. Now she got busted.
Yeah,
so now that
bruh.
put the whole
I guarantee you.
thing
Yeah, FBI on that. I guarantee you they got an Operation Food Stamp or something. They got something cooking, P. I guarantee you that now.
Operation EPT. Electronic bus transmissions. Fuck. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Chop, bro. Hey, did you see the did you see my other news? Do you need to see it again so we can get your insight on it?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Alright. I wanted your insight on that one, but I guess we'll keep going.
I heard y'all saying the lady had a bunch of bodegas. What she was using food stamp fraud?
Man, she was the one in charge of stopping the fraud, but she was the one committing the fraud.
Oh, I like her.
Nigga, she done got busted.
Well, I don't like that she got busted, but yeah.
Wait, why, nigga? She was okay. So think about it like this: just say you were struggling financially, you and your girl on EBT, and then y'all should just you apply, you granted it, you get it, and the minute you get your call with all your benefits on it, just say you get not only EBT but the welfare part, and you wake up the next day after getting your call, all that shit gone.
Well, no, that's different.
How would you feel then? Okay, because that's what the fuck she was doing.
That's something being stolen from you.
Yeah, that's what she was doing. She was the person in charge of the cars. Like, this person, go ahead and get it. You can go ahead and get this person this call. And she was in charge of monitoring for fraud. And she is the one who set up 5 boroughs of New York. And she went through those 5 boroughs and set up EBT
set up
machines through all 5 boroughs.
Chop, think about it like this. I got the hookup. Remember, I got the hookup. How your girl was working for the company, but she was fucking with the cell phone shit with Master P.
Yeah.
On that type of time, but it's a lot of money involved, over $30 million that she was, scamming from people, bro.
Damn.
I know, right? That's what I was saying. Oh, God.
$30
How the
million.
scam, how the fraud, how the person who's looking for fraud is the one scamming. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's
Wait,
up and what's down.
I'm just like really on how did you get fucking busted? How did you get busted if you the one supposed to be checking for the fucking fraud?
Well, you're gonna ask that same question in one of my other newses too. So, hey, they doing shit like this. P. Die.
Oh, she said so. Just imagine what happened when COVID hit. Oh, Diddy 504. That's how she made
Oh,
that
that's
30
a
million.
good point. That's a good
That's how
point.
she made that 30 million right quick. Because everybody was getting EBT for that shit. Diddy 504. Yeah, baby, that's it right there. That was the lick. She hit a fire lick with what, 2 years of COVID? Yeah, that's where them 30 million come from. That ain't shit. All right, let me get to this next video for y'all right quick. Cause man, that one was a good one. Man, I didn't even think about that one. All right, this one is kind of like a precursor to the show, man. I just want, I'm gonna play it, and I want people to understand what the young lady is saying, especially ladies, please. I just need for y'all to understand. This is not my sentiment. This is another woman's sentiment, and she's saying how it happened for her. What happened and what led to the situation she. So y'all check this out.
Keep acting like that man ain't doing nothing for you. Keep acting ungrateful. Keep acting like him working hard don't mean shit to you. Keep acting like the fact that he's trying to be a good father despite your bullshit ain't good enough. Keep acting like all you need him for is money. Keep acting like you got other options. Keep acting like you my baby daddy, but I can still come out here and have a powwow and find other dudes. Keep acting like I'm gonna have you as my baby daddy at the house, but I'm gonna still run the streets when I want to. Keep acting like you don't know how to appreciate your man. And I guarantee it's gonna be a big body woman like me that's ready to feed him, fuck him, and treat him good. Keep acting like you don't want your family and they will be mine. It has happened. Keep acting like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, public service announcement for the women that peaked in college, peaked in high school, used to being the mean girl, used to being the pretty girl, the pick me, and having all the boys swoon over you, and you used to have options. I'm gonna tell you this. If you know you got a good man, you better keep him, child. Because the minute you start acting like you doing him a favor by dating him, talking to him, or whatever the case may be, he gonna get tired of you. He gonna eventually get tired of you breaking him down. He gonna get tired of your bullshit. He gonna get tired of you running through his money and he can't save money. He gonna get tired of you being the constant reason for him losing shit. Evictions, car repossessions. He gonna get tired of you being the reason why he lose a job. He gonna be tired of you being the reason why he can't get no sleep that night. He gonna be tired of you not being happy. He gonna be tired of the back and forth arguments. He gonna be tired of you constantly finding a reason to argue. He gonna get tired of you always thinking he on the low trying to deal with another woman when he ain't. He gonna get tired of the back and forth cheating. He gonna get tired of trying to make it work with you and you say never mind when you get tired and get bored of them. Keep acting like these men out here are not the prize. Keep acting like he need to just be happy that he died in your cootie bowl. Keep acting like that man is a dime a dozen, you can't find another one. I guarantee he gonna get tired of your shit. He gonna get on a dating app in the middle of the pandemic or the middle of him being bored, like my husband did. Yeah.
This just go to show you that this video is old because for her to say pandemic, meaning this video was posted way back in COVID time. So, yeah.
2 kids. Baby mama didn't have nothing to do with them. She was out living her best life, frolicking, being a city girl. But somehow she still wanted him to be single while she did her own thing. She didn't want him to have nobody around her kids, but she had everybody that was a man around her kids looking for the next stepdaddy of the year. So then she wanted a stepdaddy for her sons, and then she also wanted her baby daddy for her sons. She didn't want her baby daddy, my husband, but she didn't want him to have nobody else. And then at the same time, she out here getting poked by everybody's son.
Everybody's son.
But my husband couldn't even fucking He could even have a dating app, like that type of shit. And next thing you know, here I am, and she's not. I'm married. She's not. He wanted to give her a ring. She didn't want to do right. He said, let's fix this before it's too far gone. I don't want nothing to do with you. This is before I got into the picture. He gave her an ultimatum. Let's try one more time. Let's put the fuck shit behind us. You do right, I do right, and we're gonna be a happy family. We started hunching and we made these kids. Might as well try being a family and do it right and do it legitimate. She said no. She said no, you broke ass nigga, I ain't got time for it. She said no, I still got too much youth in me. I'm a baddie. I had 2 kids, but I'm still a baddie. People still looking at my Instagram. She was one of those. Ramon said, alright, went to a season by himself. He was single, I was single. We stumbled upon each other on the BLK app, and now here I am. I got the life that woman wanted. I got the ring. I got the faithfulness. I got her kids. I got the house. I got a baby of my own by my husband. I have his fidelity. I have his loyalty. I got bank account statements, bitch. Like I'm wife. And you just the baby mama. And now every time she see me, her face is balled up. Just mad, just hating, just sour that I exist. Whole time, every time I tell her, if you had done right, this would be your life. If you had done right by your children, they would be here living with you. If you did right by your ex-man, he would be your man. But instead, you was chasing the streets when you had a home waiting for you. You had somebody ready to settle down. He put his fuck shit behind you, put your fuck shit behind you, you didn't want to do it. Finally, you got that man to the point where he said, you know what, fuck it. I ain't about to waste no more time on you. I'm going to see what's out there for me. You doing you, I'm going to do me. And here I am. And she hates me. She can't stand me. She still tells me to this day that he gave her the life she deserved. To me. And all I can say is for you trifling women, I say all that to say, keep doing what you're doing. But just like how God can turn water into wine, he can turn your family into mine.
Go ahead, chap. You can go first.
Man, what they say? Someone's trash is another person's treasure type shit.
Yes, sir. That's what they say.
Yeah, fuck. I'm about to tell you because I know I didn't dust off a bunch of motherfuckers and found gold. You hear me? Fuck, it just is what it is. But it always be like that though, bro. People be in relationship with people, and I think the real reason why people do that is because they don't think that person's going to leave.
Mm.
And by them thinking that that person's not going to leave, they on some, I could treat that person how I want to treat them because they ain't going nowhere type shit.
Mm. That's a great point, player. I just want to add on to, just a little bit of what you said, with that some people's, throwaways is the best thing that happened to them, you know what I'm saying? So there's another saying too when it goes, you know, when it goes that way. Um you dig through some trash and you might actually, if you dig through the trash, you might actually find a rose. So with that being said, it's patience as well that she talked about that the girl didn't have too. You already had this motive of what you saw, how you saw it, and not understanding the work that needed to be put in for both parties. So, you know what I'm saying? Just speaking from a man's perspective, it's like, yeah, we do that a lot. We dig through trash to try to find fucking roses, and sometimes it be corn and shit. But we don't have to, dwell on too much of it. But I just want to, just throw that in too. So, ladies, this is about y'all tonight. So I ain't gonna be too much, you know, on that type of time. But it's definitely something to look at when you're in these relationships with people. Because the girl telling you how it go. Somebody, somebody like that nigga, man. If you acting like you though, so hey,
All right, all right. So,
all right, all
for
right, all
me,
right. Kevin Hart there.
that video definitely showed that, like you say, silent patience is key, right? And that's one of the biggest problems. And I started, bro, I kid y'all not.
It
When
ain't
I made a
key.
certain
It's just
thing,
it's a part of it. Not to cut you off. I
it's
just
a
want to
yeah, it's
correct it.
part of
I
it. It's
didn't
part.
say it was key. I
Yeah,
said it
it's not.
was. But go
No,
ahead.
no, 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 no. It's not key. It's not key. It's a part of it. And bro, I kid you not. I had to be about maybe 15 or 16, and I was standing outside of a store, and I heard a lady and her friend having a conversation, and the lady was dragging for this dude. When I say dragging, I'm talking about she was talking about
Saying the
how
worst shit she
she,
could think of, bro.
yeah. But then I heard her talk about how long they had been together. And the first thing came to my mind is, you saying all this about this man,
And
about
see
how
him
he
every day.
ain't this and he ain't that, and
And look
his
at him every
this is
day.
too. But you laying in the same bed with this
Every
man
day.
every motherfucking night. You laying in the same bed with this man every night. So
I feel you where you
is it
walking. I
that
see where you walking. Go ahead.
is it that were you there as a matter of convenience, or were you there
Mm.
as a matter of obligation?
It could
Because
be
if you're
all
there
kind of
for
shit.
convenience, especially hearing how she was talking, it sounded like it was a matter of convenience.
What kind of shit
Like,
she was saying, Pete? You
bruh,
remember if you remember.
she was talking about how the
You ain't gotta
man,
give me nothing long. Just give me
uh,
like two things she probably said to that nigga.
how how he barely made enough money to cover the rent, right? If the man working, you gotta work too, right? Y'all living together. He can't pay all the bills by his fucking self, especially not for the time that I'm talking about, because that's when New Orleans had it hard, as far as money wise. The minimum wage was $4.15 an hour, or $4.25 an hour, right? That's what minimum wage was like. Yeah, you only making $300 on a paycheck, right? Then she went to talk about the man member size. But you laying in the same bed with him every fucking night. So if you feel like that, why you don't go some fucking where else? Get the fuck on.
Damn,
Why?
Don't stay there.
it's dirty work.
Don't
I
stay
know, I'm
there
telling you.
and,
That's the
and
beast.
be with somebody that you know you not
Despise
happy
the
with.
nigga, look. Yeah.
But then you don't want to leave because you don't know where you gonna be able to fit in at if you leave.
That's a great point how you put that. That's a great way how you put that.
So that made me open my eyes a long time ago. Like, women do still, they call us dogs and we do fucked up shit. I said, this gotta be the most fucked up shit I've ever heard. To think about. Just think about, you with somebody and you pumping time, energy, love, affection, devotion, caring, and all these things that they say they want into them, and they still ain't great. So what do you feel you should do at that point? And that's why that lady saying what she said. Keep acting the way you acting, and everything that you want is gonna be given to somebody else, because you don't know how to act right now. And we don't know the timeline it took for all this to happen, but we know one fucking thing: it happened. And I'm quite sure she's not the only person that this shit happened for. So that was it for my in other news, man. I just wanted to present them two little things right quick and let y'all see that, man. And I appreciate y'all feedback on that. That was very insightful from both of my brothers. I appreciate you.
What's up? Chop, you
So
want
That is
handle it or
Convo.
you want
I
you want
can
me
go.
to
I
go?
got some
She
shit
got
lined
something
up.
lined up, but roll that motherfucking bowling pin. You hear me? Knock that shit down.
I all right, she gonna see a lot, but people that don't know about what she gonna see, y'all remember we did the protest when it was the Black Lives Matter thing was big, and we was finding out it was bringing the goddamn bricks and the stuff to the protest and had the hired protesters and all that
Yeah,
shit.
That's
It's fuck.
right. That's right.
yeah, they had a lot of that shit going on.
Yeah, me and DD504 had a good
Organic.
bill
Now, I
about
done
this.
told many of y'all
This is
this
good.
before, but I'm going to repeat it because I have so many new followers. My husband and I joined the Black Lives Matter movement, and that's when I woke up to pay protesting. I had never joined a big movement before. I had 10,000 people on my live. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I was happy that I joined that movement now, looking back on it, because I could tell that we were emotionally controlled into believing in it. But I'm happy that I did go because I got to experience some things and come back and tell the truth. It was a setup. Bricks was already in the road. 10 trash can barricades already in the road. And the paid protesters stuck out like a sore thumb. They standing back looking like this. And them folks that's agitating these protests are not even from the area. Clock it. Therefore, for experience, for knowledge, and for truth, join some of these protests and see it with your own two eyeballs. Every last one of them will make you think about Sandy Hook and the Boston bombing. The government and these rich folks ain't shit. And the government know they doing it and they ain't gonna do shit about it because they need to set the stage for the next election. They got to have issues for votes. Same damn thing going on with these wars. Only a fool profit off of war. Quoted by Sun Tzu, The Art of War. And all of it is done at the expense of civilians. How sick.
Hey
I let
man.
it run again.
Try to hey man, but the motherfucking the big billionaires when we talked about the John F. Kennedy thing and how they got all them motherfuckers together to get the money. To get the motherfucking money. And let's set this shit up, baby. World War? What you mean? Which one? One or two, nigga? You want the sequel? Tell you, man, these motherfuckers ain't playing, man. That lady said what the fuck she said, man. They had bricks in the street. I seen them. Now, my question to my dogs, what fucking company is certifying bricks to be laid in front of buildings and shit? That's
Blackwater.
organized crime, fellas.
Blackwater.
What 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 businesses are involved with this shit? These corporate motherfuckers who give these hundreds and thousands of people jobs, every day. See,
Blackwater.
it just keeps going, fellas. Just keep going.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw a video. Now, see, I didn't see this, but I saw a video of a man who was talking about it. He was like, they are pulling up with truckloads of bricks. They're dropping off guns in certain spots in LA so that they can have gun battles, with the police. And where the fuck are the protesters getting all this riot gear from? That's not something that you should be able to buy on the streets like talking about. Then there was another video that popped up that says those gas masks that you see the police wearing when they go to these protests. Walmart is the same place that sells those same masks. So, like you say, these billionaires get together and start profiting off of both sides. We sell the police the gas mask, and now we selling the gas mask to the people on the street, so that when the police throw the tear gas, the people already have a gas mask on to protect them, which keep
There it
the
is.
riot going longer.
Nah, it's like I said earlier about the World War. How the fuck How the fuck we fighting Hitler but Ford making they tanks?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I said, what the fuck I said? She said, never mind. Hey, we live and we learn, right, fellas?
Yeah, buddy. But I brought that up because of the LA protests and shit. It's crazy that all of a sudden they're having these big ass protests in California. Why? And if you notice, all the protests predominantly happening in California.
California, New York.
Damn.
California and New York. East Coast, West Coast.
Tearing that bitch up.
And
Two
look, I'm
major
gonna tell you,
hubs, huh?
I just talked to my brother up in Seattle the other day. That boy said, bro, they ain't had no protest down there. I said, fuck no. They don't have that shit down here, boy. Boy, nigga been there killed up a bunch of people down here in the fucking protest. They not doing that shit down here.
Mm-mm.
He asked about ICE and everything. I said, I ain't hear about no ICE raids down here. Not in
That don't mean they ain't happen.
Louisiana. That don't mean it can't happen. You're right.
I'm
heard
saying they
about
don't
none
mean
yet.
they ain't happened already.
Gee, if they did, them motherfuckers kept that shit hush hush like a motherfucker. And you know shit don't stay quiet in New Orleans long. We got too many news reporters on Instagram.
This bitch also a melting pot too, though. So
Right. And it's a safe haven city.
it's a gumbo. Yeah, it's a gumbo of people, and it's been like that for a long fucking time too. Since even before this bitch was called New Orleans, you had like a mixture of people who stayed down. So, yeah. Some history behind that shit. That's why it's not, I'm gonna say that's why I think that it's not kind of saying, oh, we done found 18 Mexicans in the wall at the warehouse in New Orleans yet, because it's popping over there right now, P. The ratings are over there in Cali right now. Shit. In New York, that's where the ratings at.
Well,
and they trying to pull everything that way too. So it's a fucked up game they playing. Like you say, bro, they selling the masses and they, giving them the tear gas. So
I'm sorry I'm late. How you doing?
What is that?
What's what?
Why are you wearing a pocketbook?
Pocketbook. This is just a little crossbody.
I know what it is, Leroy. I own several of them. I'm a woman. Okay. It's a purse. Why are you wearing one?
It compliments my style.
Compliment. Wait, take that shit off.
No.
Leroy, I'm trying to be nice here, okay? But I don't date no soft ass men.
I'm soft just because I'm wearing a crossbody.
Stop saying this. Crossbody.
That's what it is.
Leroy, it is not something that a man should be saying or wearing or even own for that matter.
This is fashion. I'm not allowed to be fashionable.
It's fashion. What's in the bag, Leroy? What's in the bag? Because a real man walks out the door with his keys, his phone, and his wallet, and all of that can be fitting in your pocket. What's in that bag?
Well, I have a little something to smell good, my brush, some dude wipes. You never know and my keys, my wallet, and my phone.
Listen, Leroy, when a man carries a pocketbook, it is gay. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay. If you're gonna be gay, be gay. But I thought you were straight. All right, you asked me out. I can't just be walking around going on dates with men who wear pocketbooks. It's just not for me. So if you feel like you're gonna keep wearing these pocketbooks, I don't think I'm the woman for you.
I'm not gay. I just thought it was fly.
It's not fly, Leroy. It's emasculating. Look, are you gonna take the pocketbook off or not?
Shall I pay $700 for this?
You pay
Bye,
what?
Leroy.
What you mean by?
the bird is goofy.
Pocketbook.
It is time to fly.
Yeah, Ron, you ain't even got like the book seg joint. Like you ain't even got the book seg joint. You got that bitch on your ribs.
Now the book sack I can understand, but this little Shit, that little nah.
That's a
No.
man
That bitch
purse.
right, it's sitting right on his ribs, fellas. It's sitting right in his
That
Eve.
he
And
got
he
it.
ain't
He
got
got it.
$700
He got
literally.
it.
No.
Look, he got it in the purse snatching position, like right in front the
Like he
arm,
scared nigga about to
on the
take
rib
his blue
cage.
white.
He trying not to get purse snatched.
Nigga got baby wipes in that fucking thing, man. Then it flip open like it
Man,
got a little
nigga
magnet
say,
on it and shit. Stupid.
that nigga say man wipe. Walking around with Burt butt wipes in a motherfucking goddamn purse. I got something to smell good. I got my little man wipe. Nigga, it's called a handkerchief. You want a man wipe, get you a handkerchief.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Rob, man. That shit was funny. That nigga, that's stupid. That's how they be rocking, though. That nigga say, I paid $700 for this.
And I ain't about to. It was
Didn't they tell you
$700.
China City
I
make
thought,
all that shit?
then,
China City make all that
wait,
shit, man. $2.50.
then this nigga say,
$2.50.
this nigga say, I thought it was fly. Nigga, we
Ain't no
don't live
such
in the
thing
thought
as.
world. We don't live in the world of thought when it
He
comes to
said I thought
fly.
it was fly, but wait, him thinking that it's fly is weird to her.
With the
So it
problem.
should have been weird to him.
Right.
That's what's niggas not getting either. It's not like you saying, just adding on. Like it's the thought process. Ain't no thinking, nigga. Like it's a
That
no.
shit's stupid.
It just doesn't
Right.
happen. Like it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's not even much in your vocabulary. You don't
Y'all know how pissed off I
understand how
was.
that goes over your shoulder like that. It was always look at DD. See how it's on the shoulder. It's on the shoulder. That was always for them. It was never for.
It never was for us, man.
I'm just saying, child.
Not in no way,
It was
shape, or form.
close with the laptop bags. And the reason I felt the laptop bag because niggas would have laptops in their bag. You know
The
what I'm
professor
saying?
type joints, like
Yeah.
Nigga,
with the
no,
professor
it's
bag in his big, but it's on the bottom
it's
of the
on.
leg though. It's long. It's not sitting in
Right.
your rib, child. Like a little
Yeah, bro.
baby. See these niggas play too much.
Pocketbook, man. Pocketbook, man.
Even you
And
can
like
even
I
you
wear
fuck with
said,
them
you
joints
can
too.
even
Like
wear
you
the
said,
professor
you
bag
got
across the
full
side of the
pockets.
shoulder.
You
You
got
know what I'm
full
saying?
pockets. And that's not if you wear a jacket or something like that or a shirt with pockets. So you got full pockets already. You got your wallet, you got your keys, and if you got cash, some coins or something, your phone. That's it. You're not putting
All
the
that
I don't know, son.
all that shit, bruh. I'm gonna tell y'all.
The
When they
bag
came
ain't
up with
nothing
them
in the
fucking
bag.
cargo pants, nigga, that was like the best thing in the world for me. Them cargo pants with the pockets on, with the full pockets on them bitches, and the two back pockets. I got a pocket where my hands go. I got another pocket for the cell phone. I got another pocket for whatever the fuck else I feel like carrying. Then I got a pocket for my wallet. I got a pocket for my handkerchief. Lord knows you better not let me catch a jacket on sale in the store and that bitch got more than two pockets on it because I'm buying that bitch too. I want something in every single one of my pockets. You search me, nigga, you be all night searching my motherfucking ass. You search a man purse, ain't much you can carry in that motherfucker. You can't even carry a gun with that shit on you. Cause think about it. He carrying that shit on the side where he's if I'm right, he had it on his right hand side. That's your strong hand side. So if you a gun carrier, you gonna carry your gun on that side. So a nigga run up on you, you gotta fight to get the purse out the way just to get to the fucking gun.
it's a damn shame.
Shit.
People. I don't know what he gonna do with that motherfucker. He probably
He
got a
gonna
little pepper
die.
in that motherfucker. He probably got a little one of the little Dillingers, the little four
Man, he
shooter.
got. But look, you still gotta fight with that bitch to get it out of that little bitty ass fucking.
You can shoot a nigga in the pinky toe, P. Fuck.
You gotta fight to get it out the little man purse first. You can't even get a grip on that bitch. You shoot a nigga through the purse. Oh man.
Oh, bro. I mean, if anything, them niggas, I didn't see them niggas take the big ass stacks of money out them things. So I mean, that's what a bag is. I mean, you really just showing a nigga where it's at so a nigga can take it.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna tell y'all something else.
That's a good point,
When
Chuck.
niggas, when
especially
niggas
if you a,
started,
especially if you a rabid ass nigga, boy. If you, what Mo used to say, turn that shit into bunny ears, huh?
What?
Turn that person to bunny ears.
Fucking bunny ears your ass. You be out there, the white in your pockets, out. Fucking got your phone to your pants pocket, thinking that's your ears now. Yeah. But that's the only two I had, fellas.
Oh, I'm right after you then, Don. I ain't gonna much hold y'all, but you know they got some shit going on. P Lab, remember I told you, you gonna get a little bit of a seasoning of what you showed with a girl with them cards, because I got one for you of somebody who was working for somebody and actually was doing some other shit. So
oh shit.
let's go to that one first. Let's go to that.
Southeast, the Sunshine State of Florida, Osceola County in particular. Take a look at this video. All right, this is what we're seeing right now. Marcos Lopez, the suspended sheriff of Osceola County, he made his first court appearance via Zoom from jail this morning on felony racketeering charges. You're watching this video right now. Lopez was taken into custody yesterday in his uniform. Look at that. So now for more on what he's charged with, we're going to bring into the conversation our friend and colleague there at Fox 35, Orlando, reporter Marie Edinger. She joins me. Marie, so good of you to be with us here. I would say this was quite shocking. We've covered a lot of arrests in a lot of places, but not many for law enforcement in particular. What's going on?
Sure. So the sheriff, as you mentioned, has charges for racketeering, also conspiracy to commit racketeering. Those are both first-degree felonies. Each could come with up to 30 years in prison. The Department of Homeland Security actually led this investigation. It's the Attorney General for the state of Florida who is leading the charges, though. The investigation stems around an illegal gambling house that the sheriff is accused of essentially running. So he is accused of having a number of slot machines there, of running a lottery out of it. This is all taking place in Kissimmee, which is in his district. But the investigators say that it also spanned into Lake County. That's where he is in jail right now. The investigators also say that he used his position as sheriff in order to further the gambling station's profits and to obstruct an investigation. There's actually some mention made by prosecutors today about him showing up at or during an investigation while deputies were there at the gambling house and interfering. So those are allegations they're making as well. Today, he pleaded not guilty. That just came down maybe 20 minutes ago through the court system. He was given a $1 million bail, $500,000 for each of those. I talked with a criminal defense attorney who told me today that in order to post that bail, he'd have to give a bail bondsman $100,000, and he'd have to cover $900,000 in collateral to cover the $1 million total for the bond. The judge said today that in order to post bail or to post bond, that he would have to prove to the court that none of the money that he is posting came from anything having to do with illicit activity. So he has to have a court date first in order to prove that, or to prove that to the state. So he could be here for quite a while. The man who, up until yesterday, served as the sheriff of Osceola County, today appeared before a judge wearing jailhouse orange.
How do I start the bond process?
The judge set Sheriff Marcos Lopez's bond at $1 million. A criminal defense attorney told me today he was shocked by that.
Why do you feel it's excessive?
It's not meant to punish someone. The amount of a bond is to make sure that someone does not, it's not a flight risk.
Prosecutors argued the nature and circumstances of the case justify the bond, and the judge agreed. The state claims they have texts, WhatsApp messages, wire transfers, and more, proving the sheriff earned $600,000 to $700,000 in this alleged criminal enterprise. And they say they have photos that don't just show he was at the gambling house, but that he used his position as the sheriff to obstruct a criminal investigation there.
An extreme breach of public trust. The circumstances surrounding his misuse of office
as the sheriff of Osceola County are very serious.
2 of the 4 co-defendants also had their first appearances today. Carol Cote was up first.
I have 3 young, small children.
She was given a $100,000 bond. She's already posted that and been released. Next up,
Sharon Denise Fedrick.
Sharon Fedrick's criminal history is messy. She has tons of charges and a few convictions for things like identity theft, grand theft, organized fraud, and that's not all.
8 felony grand thefts in Lee County from 1993. She also has federal history.
She did 2 years in federal prison for lying to the IRS back in 2005. She's been in and out of jail in Orange County since 2016. She was just arrested again 2 months ago for 3 active warrants out of Orange County. You want to guess where deputies caught her? The Eclipse, the gambling house at the center of this investigation.
Miss Fedrick remains in custody in Lake County. Well, that makes it difficult for her to appear in Orange County. So there's a fair logistical problem there.
The judge didn't buy that argument. Fedrick got a $300,000 bail. The judge said today that if Sheriff Lopez is able to bond out, he would have to wear an ankle monitor. He'd have to turn over his passport. He would have to turn over his guns as well and would not be allowed any contact with any of the 4 co-defendants. As I mentioned, 2 appeared in court today, but 2 have not yet been booked into the Lake County Jail, so we're still awaiting that. I'll also mention that the Attorney General's office says there could be more charges or more people charged. This investigation is still ongoing. Andrew?
Marie, just one question for you. Who's in charge in Osceola County right now? Who's the top cop?
Yeah, so the governor appointed somebody who was a head for the Florida Highway Patrol in this area to take over in the interim. There would be a special election, but that wouldn't be until the next 2026 election as scheduled.
All right, Marie Edinger there live for us with Box 35 Orlando.
Sir, y'all don't need to see the rest. They were just gonna dwell on it a little bit more about the same thing. But fellas, I mean, running the casino? What we doing out here as police officers? Y'all saw that shit? Was the bond fair, fellas? Because they were saying like the bond wasn't fair. $1 million.
Nope.
The bond wasn't fair? Okay.
No, the bond.
Give me y'all perspective.
It should have been
y'all perspective
higher
on that.
I think it's fair.
Should have been higher.
Okay, I think it's fair. Now, y'all just give me something quick, P, on why you think it should have been higher. Just give me something quick and pass the Chop, because I want Chop's perspective on why it was fair.
I think it needed to be higher because we don't know how long he been running this gambling operation. If he is, and like the judge said, he has to be able to prove that none of the money that being used for the bond actually is money being used from the illegal gambling operation. Well, being that this is a gambling operation and you don't know how long this shit been going on, you can't say that this isn't money that he saved over the years as sheriff. So, in all actuality, I feel to believe that, okay, motherfucker, you a sheriff, you got caught running an illegal gamble house. $1 million bond wouldn't be shit to you because that's where you've been making the most of your bread from. So let's make this bond $10 million bond. Now you post that bond, then we know for sure. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Speaking as on that level, because that's the whole thing. The whole gist of it is getting it through the money. So just trying to settle the case, but they love their good old boys too, so they help up for each other too, though, P. So it's like you heard how they were talking at the end, like they trying to get the nigga out, shit. So why you think it was fair, Cha?
Because ain't nobody got no fucking $100,000,
man. That's a good point too.
Nigga, you've been running an illegal gambling operation.
You could guess in the say, oh, he been making money, but man, that nigga ain't got no fucking.
Hold on, P. He ain't interrupt you.
That nigga ain't got no $100,000. If he had it, he'd be out right now. If he had it and it wasn't attached to that money, he'd be out right now. And they know that money, any money he used, ain't gonna be not attached to it. So the million, the 10 is just excessive to say, well, in my opinion, it's just excessive to say let's just see if he gonna post it or some shit. Like, even if he come up with the post for the 10, that's still gotta be money that's not attached to the crime. So,
but that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I mean, they could have made that $100,000, and he still wouldn't. Well, no, 100,000. He'd have paid the 10. He got the 10, but he ain't got no fucking $100,000 just laying around to pay no goddamn bond.
Cause he was definitely had a nice little setup, like on some Italian mafia type shit. You know, they had a little rose garden. They be selling roses in the front and got a little gambling shop in the back. But you running it like a little business through
that's like the
your
numbers,
police authority. So you got security on your spot, so you know motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck with the spot too. So that was. It was genius if they got you on them charges. So they would definitely have to trace him through the money. What you about to say?
Oh no, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, that was you? I thought Chai was saying something.
I was just clearing my throat.
All right. So look, I got one more, fellas. Y'all check this. Check this. I guess this a curveball, y'all. I'm gonna call this one the curveball, man. Look at this shit.
Today, a judge sentenced a leader of the Hells Angels biker gang to 14 years to life for assaulting 3 black men, and he added 7 years for related hate crimes. It happened 3 years ago in San Diego's Ocean Beach neighborhood, and we do want to warn you here, some of the details are graphic. NBC7's Jeanette Quesada joins us from the San Diego Central Courthouse now with the details. Jeanette.
Well, that man appeared in a blue uniform. His family was also present in the courtroom for that sentencing, and he was sentenced to 14 years to life with 7 more additional years for related crimes.
Mr. Shoulder pulls out his pocket knife and he stabs the victim in the chest. And I want to address some of how Mr. Shoulder characterizes his actions as to what actually happened. So Mr. Shoulder says in his letter to the court that essentially his plan was, I think he said, to poke him in the thigh for reasons that are not entirely clear to me. Why on earth he would want to do that?
44-year-old Troy Anthony Shoulder is described as a longtime Hells Angel leader. He was among 17 members of the gang who assaulted 3 black men on Newport Avenue. The attack was triggered because one of them dared to talk to one of the girlfriends of one of the members, prosecutors say. According to the court documents, they repeatedly told the victims racial slurs and told them they didn't belong in that neighborhood. One victim was able to escape by running. A second victim was punched and kicked in the face and all over his body, leaving him unconscious on the sidewalk. Then prosecutors say Shoulder pulled out a knife, rolled the third victim on his side to expose his heart and chest, and stabbed him in the chest, cracking his sternum.
But what the video shows is that Mr. Shoulder stands over the victim. He rolls the victim onto his side to get him in a better position. He opens his knife and he plunges it into the victim's chest. And I understand that Mr. Shoulder said in his letter that he is adamant that his thumb was on the blade as if that was somehow going to stop the knife from moving in. But that's not what happened. The only reason that wound wasn't even deeper is because it hit Mr. Lewis's sternum.
Now, Shoulder has 60 days to appeal if he wants
to,
got a
and
the
victims
sternum, can also file for restitution. From the San Diego Courthouse, Jeanette Quesada, NBC7.
Thank you, Jeanette.
It's weird. So people were actually 3 black men were actually just having a conversation with a girlfriend of a member of a Hells Angel biker club.
Don't that shit sound familiar? You talking to the white bitch? We about to come over here and stab you. Don't it sound like the same shit?
Yeah.
All the way from round, huh? With Emmett Till.
Yeah.
Like what is we? Did y'all hear that, fellas?
Hey, 14
it started
years
from them hollering at a white bitch. What the hell? Come on now. What y'all think really happened? That's the Hells Angels, y'all.
I think he was mad. I don't think it was another member of the biker gang that they was talking to and she was giving way to. I think it was his old lady that probably was about to go get down with the get down, and
Is
he
that a
felt some type
racist?
of fucking way.
Is that a racist motorcycle gang? Yes
I
or
don't
no?
know about racist motorcycle gang, but I know they all are
The
very
Hell's
problematic.
Angels.
I don't know.
They're
I don't know
definitely
too much
racist,
about them. I've
MP.
never heard them.
Okay, all
Right.
right.
I'm saying I never heard
I
too
didn't.
much about them to know
So I'm not
whether
gonna
they
make it as.
racist or not.
So I'm not gonna ask that as a question. Then that was my fault.
You say they are a racist biker gang.
No, I wanted to know if you knew they was by your statement. You see what I'm saying?
I know he is by what he did.
Well, I mean, if you understand the motive of it, like then it's, you see what I'm saying? It probably would, it probably just just roll off a little better by me asking that. That's all. It wasn't, because I thought you knew about them already. That's all that was. Yeah, Gangland, DD504. That, because that's how I learned about them, to be honest with you, from the Gangland shit. And they talk about that shit on that show. So, that's what I was basing it off. I don't really know every bits and pieces about them, but they definitely on the meth side of the game. As far as that type of stuff. I know that, and I know about the Brotherhood and them being a part of the Aryan Nation, them being like a tree branch off of the big oak tree that's considered the family, and the Hell's Angels is a part of all that shit. So that's why I was asking that, because it was more than just them hollering at a white bitch. That was some other shit to me, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna lead off like that, because ain't no fucking way y'all gonna keep telling us the same immaterial ass story as this motherfucker done went down for the charge. He gonna be straight. He good. They got the Aryan Brotherhood in jail and shit. He did his job.
And other Hell's Angels.
See, that was on some other shit, huh?
And other Hell's Angels.
They all the same shit, P. That's where he gonna get protection from. They're not gonna call them Hell's Angels in jail. They're gonna be a part of the Aryan Brotherhood, bro. You hear me what I'm saying? It changes. It's different. But it's the same shit. But you out here in the world, you who you is out here. But when you in there, it's black, Mexican, and white.
Yep.
You hear me, bro?
With a little splash of Korean.
Okay, Korean, go ahead. We'll see what the Korean. It's different politics in there, player. So, I was just basing it off how they be rocking. Some people be getting their stripes off and all kind of shit. I think Ron just went too far with the shit. And he was just one of them crazy motherfuckers that be out there on that bullshit, dog. And he killed that fucking dude. That's all I'm saying. That, in my opinion.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
It's crazy that he got as much time as he got. It did give him a lot of time. That's good.
14 to life with an additional 7. Remember, a lot of them states like Louisiana consider life.
He gonna have to go fight the niggas, though. Bro. He gonna have to go fight. He definitely gonna have to. Yeah. It's gonna be a problem, man. I'm telling you, all that happened for a reason. Like, he didn't want that much time, man. He thought he was gonna chill for a minute. Nah, they did get that over with, like, right quick. So it's been going on for a minute. Like they said, this case is what, 3 years? Excuse me. This was an open and shut. He was talking about he was trying to hold court with his thumb, saying how his thumb was on a knife and all. Man, come on, man. About Wayne. You broke his sternum. Didn't y'all hear that, nigga? That's bone and shit, y'all. What are y'all talking? He cracked it, man. That's how hard you stabbed down on the man, man. You cracked it, man.
When you crack a nigga sternum, you could just expect that they are going to die.
You were trying to come on, bro. You were trying to kill him. That's what I'm saying. A nigga.
No, he was
nigga
trying
went
to
too far, bro. I'm telling you,
And
when
notice how they
he spazzed out on
notice what
some
they
bullshit,
say.
but they don't want
You
to just say that because them white boys out there
you
doing that
turn
shit.
him.
They trying to make it like he a lone wolf and all that. No, them Aryan niggas be doing that shit to niggas. It's a part of the, they get down how you be a part of fraternity and shit. Like, you gotta go do shit. You gotta, or like a part of a gang. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it is a gang.
I could just imagine.
I'm just saying, like, come on, it's gang shit.
I
That's
could
what
just
happened.
imagine. What if them 3 niggas
That was gang
armed?
shit.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
being racist is a motherfucker,
run
is
up
a
on
part of the
nigga
gang.
like that, man. Nigga bust your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the reason why they come down on black people or so-called black people when they armed. Oh no, you got a gun and this and this and this. Cause they know one thing, man. If them niggas was strapped, that white boy would have been assed out. He'd have been done for. And it would have been a whole nother story. Oh, three black men assaulted a member of with the Hell's Angel biker gang and killed him. Well, y'all don't think that man might have been trying to do something to them first? Because they are known for starting conflict. And I do know that much. And it's not just one of them, it's a bunch of them. So I don't think that at any given point, if them dudes would have been strapped, that story would have went that way. It'd have been him they'd have been talking about. And they probably wouldn't have shoot to kill. They probably would have just been shooting to get him off of him. Shoot him in the leg, shoot him in all the legal spots. Cause I'm gonna take the leg back, because that's not a legal spot. But shoot him in all the legal spots. Shoot to the mask, get him down. Right? They still would have probably tried to charge the brothers with some type of charge that would have got them locked up, even though they was doing more to defend themselves. But he only get 14 to life. That's not so. Let's look at it like this here. That's not a guarantee that he gonna get that life sentence. Well, you sentence him to 14 to life, right? But like I say, in some states,
no, that's true.
Like
You're right.
Louisiana, 25 years is considered life. Plus an additional 7, so 32 years in prison. That ain't nothing for him.
I don't know what it's gonna be for him. I don't know if it's gonna be nothing for him. And that was my point too when they actually sentenced him. I'm glad they even did that, dog. Like how racist that fucking judicial system is, right? Looking at it from that standpoint, he gonna have to fight some niggas. He got probably some Mexicans too, bro. Who knows? His life is not gonna be easy. Nobody's life is easy in jail, man. Nobody won't be in that shit. Nobody, right? I don't give a fuck who. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't the same.
Mm-hmm.
Get your motherfucking cheeseburger from down the street, man. Them niggas miss shit that simple, right? You laughing. The niggas miss something that simple, right? Yeah. Yeah, paid $300 just to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy.
That's crazy, bro. I don't know, bro.
I see both points though. That's all I'm saying. I see both. And that's it for me too, though, Pete. When you
start your thing.
Get down, but you get down. All right, everybody. Now for the main segment of the show. I hope everybody's ready. I hope you got your listening ears on, because this is Women Checking Women. And for the ladies in the comments, I just want y'all to let us know what y'all feel. Yeah, I don't see but two of our faithful listeners, one of our most faithful and one of our newest listeners in the comments. Hopefully all our other ones get to jump in here a little bit. But for the most part, like I said, these are not my opinions. These are the ladies who are now advocating to sisters on behalf of men to, I guess, help better understand where some of the ladies are falling short. Not all of y'all. right? Like I said, I was having this conversation with people. I'm not talking about all of the ladies. I was just talking about the ones that's out there that's on this
And you
foolishness
got this little.
that
What is
don't
that? What is that voice
understand.
you talking in? What is all that? P, you chap, you
I
hear this
don't know.
thing?
I'm just talking.
I don't want to
I'm just
say
talking.
this. I want to just say that I ain't trying to get on your ass, but I'm getting on your ass. And P, what are you? What is P? What are you
This is
doing?
the ladies.
Chap,
This is the
am I tripping,
ladies
chap?
getting on the ladies' vibe. Let's just say it like that.
All
But
right, P.
I told
Okay,
you
all
I'm
right.
kind of stopped. I'm kind of stopped up too, so I might
You
start
know the
to.
P means pimp, y'all. Okay.
Hey, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. Well, this lady. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this video, y'all. It's only 2 minutes and 41 seconds long. This is the video that helped me uh come up with this topic for this. It's something I have been seeing with this group of people. It's from tonight's conversation. Another podcast that be streaming. They post their shorts and stuff on YouTube. But I had been seeing these guys, chopping when they say they had been seeing them too. And this one sister, I know that she basically like she the way she explains stuff is kind of I could say she explains things in a much comforting manner without being aggressive. So to speak, if that's a good way to put it. So it was
Hey, you putting it, nigga.
uh
Ain't my business. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead, P.
I'm gonna just play the video. And y'all ladies tell me y'all thoughts on it. And y'all two fellas, y'all tell me y'all thoughts on it.
Coming in hot. Now, years later, my partner's telling me they never fully healed.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm gonna have to start it from the beginning. The person that's at the mic admitted that they cheated on somebody, right? She's like, I cheated on my partner, and they've told me that they haven't fully healed from the cheating, right? So that's the part that didn't get recorded. I don't know why, but that's where it started off at, and this is where it goes.
Skeptical and feel like I should now be selfish.
What do you mean be selfish?
They're not healed, so there's a lot of uncertainty. So do I sit in it?
What were you doing to help them in the process of healing?
Nothing. Initially, nothing. But wait.
She said that so smooth. Let me tell you how this goes, because I think it's selfish for you to ask this question now.
Tonight's Convo, shout
out. You
out.
did not help in the process of healing. You're the one who breached the trust. You're the one who betrayed them. There's a such thing as post-infidelity PTSD that takes place. I don't think you understand what starts happening. The frequent flashbacks, the nightmares, the panics, the anxiety, the uncertainty, all of those emotions, moments where you can't even hear about infidelity in movies, certain people, certain places, certain smells, certain sounds, all of these things are now triggers. So here's my thing. In the process, if you didn't do anything to help with the healing when they were going through the triggers, that means you weren't helping co-regulate. That also means that you didn't take responsibility for what it is that you did, and you also didn't empathize for the pain that you caused that person. The problem is, the offending partner always wants to put a timeline on when somebody is supposed to heal.
Good, Kitty.
You have to understand how affairs really affect the person. It's unfair that I'm not the person who breached this trust, but I have to fall asleep on my own tears and you not even help cuddle me and wipe these tears away. You still should have been able to own up and say, this is the reason why I did this. I understand that I offended you. A part of the process of reestablishing trust after infidelity is giving a safe space for somebody emotionally. That means when they have those moments where they have to talk through the pain that you have caused, you have to be willing to listen without interrupting them. In the moments that they have to express that I'm angry today and I don't understand why I'm angry, you can't judge them. You have to validate that experience because you caused it. It's unfortunate for a person who has been betrayed to have to sit through this process and have to figure out why I wasn't good enough, why was I not likable, why was I not lovable, and then try to find a way to still love you. In the moment, when people cheat, it's that instant gratification. but you don't understand the long-term negative consequences that you impact and that you create in your relationship. So yes, it is selfish for you to say, now I'm going to start setting a boundary on your healing. A boundary on your healing. That's manipulation.
All right, folks.
Shout out to the Coronium. They do a good job. It's a nice conversation. I know y'all don't need it, but just get y'all.
I do believe that, like I was telling y'all when we was talking about it in our group text, you know, I know I feel like for a fact, by her own admission, she deals with a lot of couples. So I think she's into couples counseling. And in order for you to even be in that field, psychology, number one, has to be a part of your resume. Because I don't see too many people being couples counselors without being able to have a background in psychology of some sort to be able to help both parties work through their issue. That being said, seeing how literally I've watched some of these short, and a lot of times it's women up there saying things like I saw one, I think I got it on there, where a lady admitted that she had a thigh dude and she was trying to convince her husband to let her keep the side dude. And the same lady that was just speaking on the mic went off on her. And I'm just trying to figure out like why, but to notice, to take note and to make note that a lot of these ladies that are doing these things, they're doing it and then they get upset when we, the men, say something about it. But then they nod their head and smile and have a totally different type of understanding when a sister tell it to them. Like the sister telling you the same thing any right-minded man would tell you, like, you down bad. She might not say it in those words, but you know, you're down bad. And so she's gonna say it in a whole bunch of other words to let you know you down bad. We just come straight out and be like, that's wrong of you to do that. That's down bad. But you don't want to hear that from us. But a sister tell you that, and you take it word for word, and then you start trying to work and heal yourself, or try to repair the relationship, or do what's right. But it took for a sister to tell you that instead of the person who you offended. And that's why she went off on the girl just now, talking about you are manipulative if you're going to place a timeline on the person you've broken their trust, and you want to put a timeline on when they should be healed. Now that's fucked up. So what y'all got, man? I don't want to hold up too much.
Nah, bro. I mean, you spoke a lot up on that one, though. You know, so I agree with a lot of that.
Chop put in the comments, if you're not willing to let the wound heal, leave. Hey, some people look. That's I think that's why she said what she said, dude. You know, you trying to manipulate the situation for your benefit. If I get to tell you when your healing should be done, you see what I'm saying? Look, I feel like you done had enough time to heal. You know, I think men heal a little bit. I'm not gonna say completely heal, but we do heal a little bit easier when it comes to stuff like this, because fuck, we done been there before. That first love that broke your heart, that caused you to be this person that is mistrusting of every relationship up until you really finally meet somebody that shows you better than they can tell you. That's when we start really putting our trust back in, to the relationship field, and that's when we start really giving our all. Even after, for a woman, and I need y'all to all you ladies to let me know if y'all think I'm right or wrong. Even after you met somebody who's showing you and doing everything that they're supposed to be doing as far as the relationship is concerned, you still have doubt in your heart with that person, even though that person is putting everything on the line for you. So I'm just saying, like I said, just me asking questions. So I'm gonna run on to the next one. Whenever if ever a comment pop up, oh wait, Chop said something else. That you ain't about to be throwing no old shit in my face that's controlling, cause women are allowed to be more emotional. Ah, true. That is true. That is absolutely true. All right. I got one. I got. Wait. Okay. Yeah. I got a couple more. All right. I'm gonna make these short. Oh well, all of these are short, but
Say this. What's going on with a lot of y'all is that you want to sit up there and you want to say, oh, he's controlling. Oh, he's just trying to, he thinks he's my daddy. He wants to control everything I do. No. A lot of the times you don't want to listen to him because you want to be able to get your way. And you know why? Because you're out of control. If you had any type of discipline about yourself, if you had any type of discipline about yourself, you would know that he's not controlling you. You would know that he's saying things and doing things in order to protect you, in order to preserve you, but yet you so hard-headed, you so manipulative, and so you look at things from a skewed lens of the trauma and the drama and trying to control the outcome, and you try to sit up there and try to fit things in that don't even need to be there. Sometimes it's just you listening and being quiet and accepting the wisdom and stop being so hard-headed. Have a good day. Let me just
that's her signature move, y'all. Her little finishing move. But she's this is like she popping you in that fucking forehead. What y'all got for that one?
I ain't even see it. Can you play it one more time for me?
All right. Yeah. Oh shit, which one was it? Oh, I think it was this. Yeah,
this. What's going on with a lot of y'all is that you want to sit up there and you want to say, oh, he's controlling. Oh, he's just trying to, he thinks he's my daddy. He wants to control everything I do. No. A lot of the times you don't want to listen to him because you want to be able to get your way. And you know why? Because you're out of control. If you had any type of discipline about yourself, if you had any type of discipline about yourself, you would know that he's not controlling you. You would know that he's saying things and doing things in order to protect you, in order to preserve you, but yet you so hard-headed, you so manipulative, and so you look at things from a skewed lens of the trauma and the drama and trying to control the outcome, and you try to sit up there and try to fit things in that don't even need to be there. Sometimes it's just you listening and being quiet and accepting the wisdom and stop being so hard-headed. Have a good day. Let me just.
Oh, some people, just don't receive that type of understanding or knowledge from people that they probably
should be.
Don't admire to get that information from or get that understanding or stand next to that when they react like that. I mean, a lot of people to say different, but to each his own. Everybody got their opinion. It's just my opinion. I think that's is it's showing that you really you really don't fuck with me like that. Like you just fucking with me. If that makes sense. This blunt talk, right? Yeah. It's a crazy little, parallel world you gotta live in when, you're dealing with that type of situation. Especially from a woman that you love. If you're, on that type of time like that lady was talking about, that's a person who cares about the dude doing all that. She was saying is a person who cares about the old lady, their wives, they spouse, they boogie, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're motherfucking real, man. It is what it is. And sometimes that might be awkward to a person that don't want to receive that from that person. Now to figure out what it is, that's up to your love for that person to stand in the mud with them to figure that out. So, shit.
I think
man, look, it's a hell of a decision.
You
I'm gonna
back,
say
y'all?
that, Peter, and I digress.
Oh, I
It's
thought
a
I
hell
heard
of a
y'all.
motherfucking decision.
I was listening to when I started out, when I thought about it, and to be honest with you, I've seen where and she's saying some of the things I done heard women say, or like I said, I'm no spring chicken, right? And I'm about to be in the silver fox age frame. So over the course of the years of me being in the dating scene as well as not in the dating scene, just being out and about and hearing conversations, or even so much as being amidst while women are having a conversation, it simply amazes me of how many times I've heard that statement of he think he my daddy. He not my daddy. He can't tell me what to do. Like, and I always thought about what is it specifically that he's telling you to do? Because I was working across the canal for a little while, and one of the supervisors was giving me a ride home. While we were in the office as we was doing the shutdowns for the day, he got a phone call from his wife. And mind you, this is like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it must have been something going on with one of these vehicles, and he was telling her what to tell her, man, when she get to the shop. He said, and I heard him say this myself. He said, listen, I want you to go there and I want you to say exactly what I'm saying to you right now. Right? And as we were leaving the job site, he get a call back from his wife. And he went to fussing. And he said, well, what did you tell him? She said all the opposite of what he said for her to tell the man so they could get whatever problem it was fixed. She told the man the opposite. And like the man said, babe, I told you exactly what to say, what the problem was so they could fix that. And you telling him about some other shit that he can't find nothing wrong. He said, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it. And he was like, bro, why did she? I said, because she wasn't listening to nothing you said. Now, mind you, this is a brother, I think he's like, well, he's a little bit younger than me. From me sitting there listening to his conversation about what was going on, and for him to say, hey, I need you to go tell him this exactly as I said. And then when she called him back and he started having to fuss about it because the problem isn't fixed, that let me know she didn't listen to nothing he fucking said. Like, she went straight into whatever she had up in her mind to get whatever she wanted, and it didn't work out that way. And so now sitting down thinking about it, I've heard that statement come from ladies a lot. You're not my dad and you can't tell me what to do, and this and this and this and this. And I always have to think to myself, well, what specifically is the man telling you? Because a lot of times, the one person that you, when you think about it, if you are a person who's been living with someone and you didn't see all of these little flaws and red flags or little nuanced things that was not there in the beginning of your relationship or your time together with that person, when you start telling them, hey, I've noticed this change in you, you're starting to do this, right? Can you work on not doing that? Can you work on not saying these types of things? Can you work on anything that you see as something that is not the usual that would be about with that person? They're gonna feel like you're trying to control them. Yet and still, you as the man in the relationship, they'll sit there and tell you, I need you to change this. Wait, change what? Because this is the same person that I've been when you met me. Like I always do this. This is something I do. It's something for me. It's not nothing to do with you. It's just something for me. But when you asking them to change something about themselves that you know for sure wasn't there, you ain't my dad. You can't tell me what to do. Like, hold up. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you that I noticed something that has changed, and that change is causing me a problem with you. I don't know, man. But that's all I had. I had a couple others, but this pretty much covered the bulk of what I had. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. Oh wait.
Bro, you was sitting on the damn therapy table just now, P. You all right though, dog?
I was. I ain't gonna lie.
You was on the motherfucker. You know I had to get your ass. I wouldn't be silent if I did get your ass. You was sitting your ass. You had your feet up.
Relax like a motherfucker. Yeah, Doc. We gotta talk about this.
With your fingers crossed behind your head and shit, sitting on that big ass couch, nigga. It's all good though, P. Though we definitely respect that though, Raul. Just you know what I'm saying. Just definitely know, you know what I'm saying. You always got partners over here that fuck with you, dog. For real though.
For sure,
is it my turn or is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let me get my shit out the motherfucker.
Well, Chopper Street occupied at the moment.
Wait, he next week, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So he it's me. We on the right track. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to your girl then, Peter. I saw one with your girl too. From the podcast. So yeah, I got two from them. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna hit y'all with some old school, something that is now damn near 50 years old. That this lady has been professor and she's a psychiatrist as well. Talked about these type of situations before you knew who your people was, or your mama knew who was and didn't know who was. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing has been speaking of these theories that has been stemmed from trauma that has been going through the Black community, and it has stemmed its way into our relationships. So I'm gonna end it off with her, but I'm gonna show y'all. Well, I might blend it in. It all depends on the conversation, but I'm gonna play my first one, y'all. Check this one.
If a man marries you a third time, is it a charm?
Why did it work?
I married someone that I had to teach.
So did you have to teach him again the second time, so you left him because he didn't learn?
And now you not learning. I had to teach this, didn't work. I had to teach this, didn't work. Who gonna teach you?
When people have maladaptive schemas that show up. So to avoid that loneliness, to give me a false sense of resolution, I'm using you to help me prevent these beliefs that I have that show up that tells me I'm not lovable, I'm not likable, I'll never be with someone, I'll never be able to maintain something. It's not a charm because it's a third time. That's a person who's using you to help them heal what they need to heal themselves on the inside. If you realized that what was happening in the relationship or the marriage was not working, I was not growing, I was not fulfilled, I was losing myself, I was losing my sense of self, there is no reason for me to go back a second or third time unless I am using somebody to heal a part of me that is dysfunctional or broken. Recognize when a person is not taking responsibility for their healing and they're using you to be responsible for it.
Huh? What you think about that? See that? The P stands for preacher.
That's very, very powerful. And the reason I say that that's powerful,
we all can learn from that one.
That
both
that's
parties.
That's right. That's right. That's a very powerful thing.
What the hell is going on? I had to teach a nigga. Go ahead.
What is it that you had to teach him? Because think about it like this.
I ain't about to think about nothing. That's gonna be a long conversation. If I think like her.
Right. Because I'm like this here.
We're trying to figure out
him, how the fuck you had to teach him anything when he was the one that was able to get you. Because the person that can't get you because they don't know nothing.
He's not keeping up with the standards to keep her. I think that's the part she's referring to. Like, I had to teach him how to love me. Big
I didn't hear her say that.
Quotations.
I didn't hear her say that. Right? I didn't hear her say that. All I heard was I had to teach him. Teach him what? What was it that you was trying to teach him?
I know, not how to play basketball, Peter. The fuck?
Shit.
We talking about a relationship.
Right. I don't think
so that's what I'm saying. Like how to treat her as a woman and all them little sayings they be saying, man. I had to teach him how to love me. At the end of the day, that's what they gonna say anyway. Or how to be with me.
But
what is that though? I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're saying it wrong. I'm saying, I get it. But it ain't playing football though, my nigga. Like
right.
At least you could bury it down to this. Is like, so that's the part that doesn't make sense, like a lot of the time. That was
exactly.
Okay, all right. You agree with that. Okay.
Yeah. And
I'm
the reason I agree with that is because my time of dating, I used to tell women this shit all the time. Don't drop hints. Don't be subtle. Be straightforward. Be upfront. Right? And the reason being, so there be no miscommunication. I don't want to guess at what the fuck you talking about. I don't want to have to play mind reader when I ask you a specific question. Hey, are you all right? I see that look on your face. What's wrong? Is something bothering you? We're not mind readers. We're not guessers, right? We could guess at a guessing game if that's what you want to do. But if in a relationship, it's not a game. So don't expect me to keep trying to guess as to how you're feeling or what's going on with you when I'm straight up asking you what's wrong. What's the problem?
Pause right there. Pause right there, P. Pause right there. Let's let him dwell on that one. That was a good perspective. So by you bringing that perspective up, it dove into my second segment. Check this out, and you could keep going, Ron, if you want.
Never give somebody 100%. I don't care if this is your husband of 50 years, okay? Because you cannot control what people do. And when you give somebody 100%, you need the 5 or 10 to dig for a shovel to dig your out of the mess that you're gonna be in when the shit go to left.
I'm gonna respond with a question. If you're not giving me 100, then can I supplement it?
When you recognize that when you love and you care about somebody, love is not possession nor is ownership. And so I'm gonna tell you ladies in here, a man for you gonna want you to keep the 5 or 10, okay? Because he's gonna want you to be a mother, he's gonna want you to be a wife, he's gonna want you to take care of yourself, he's gonna want you to go to the gym, because that little 5 or 10% is going to be what's gonna save the relationship, what's gonna make me love you when like ain't enough, okay?
You said marriage in terms of not giving 100%, and that's what I don't agree, because as a man, that's exactly what we give. Like, I'm not gonna protect you 90% of the time. I'm not gonna provide for you 90% of the time or 95% of the time. You getting everything I got. Because if I'm giving 100 and you giving 90, then we're gonna have a problem. We're not as equally invested and as equally yoked to the religious people out there as we should be. It's not about equally investing, because as a woman, our job is to incubate, okay? And that's why we need the extra 5 to 10% that don't belong to you, okay? When you are a woman, our purposes in life are 2 very different things, right? Whatever you give me, I double and I multiply. I need that wiggle room, okay? For you to pour into me and for me to double and multiply. That's why you can't get my 100%. And our roles in life are just completely different. You'll be all right off 90, trust me.
The reason why I said relationships are not 50-50, they're 100 and 100 is because I'm a woman who gives myself 100%. So why would I get into a marriage and pour less into something I'm investing in than I'm giving to myself? Marriage is about building. Giving yourself is a building block. And women should not be marrying a man who they feel they got to save 10% somewhere else for the exit strategy.
Okay, Dimitri,
for the
what's
exit
up?
strategy. That doesn't make any sense.
Like I said, man, shout out to the podcast. You know, they're bringing up some great points, because my brother brought up the content for it. So, you know, I just ran across a couple of them, you know, when you showed it to me. So I thought those 2 were interesting, P. And like I said, right, what you were speaking on, you could, you know, go ahead.
I saw 3 points, right? Like the brother said, well, if you're not going to give me 100%, can I supplement it? Now, when you supplement something, what does that mean? That means, hey, can I put something in its place? Right? If that's what, if my dictionary terms are correct, to supplement means to place something in its place. Right? So if you're not going to give me 100% and I'm putting in 100%, I'm going to have to supplement what you're not giving me with something that's going to give me 100%. Well, that 5 or 10% that I'm holding back on, so you're going to give me either 90 or 95% of what I'm supposed to be getting from you, while you're getting 100 of what I'm giving to you.
Yeah, because if you don't get nothing out of that, then she's getting 110.
She's getting 110 or 105. Right?
You ain't getting nothing, remember. Hold up, she holding back 90. Let's do the math now. Don't do me that.
No, she said 10% or 5%. She giving 90 or 95.
She giving 90. She holding back the 10.
Yeah. So she's gonna either be getting 110%.
How much you giving?
Holding back 10%.
How much
you giving 100? You
all
giving
right,
100.
boom. Now wait, let me show you how it happens. It's how it happened, Peter. That extra, that 10 that you extra giving, it go in that pocket. It go in her pocket. Plus the 10 she holding on her own. Remember, you ain't got nothing out the deal, because you're only giving what you're, you know, you giving the max. You're giving 100. You're giving the max. Yeah, you're giving the max. And she right? So where is that? Right. So where that 10 at? Where is the 10? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Where the 10 at? Is in her possession, right?
It's in her possession, which means she's getting 100.
Now check this shit out. Now look. Now look. I'm about to hit you. Now look. How much are you pouring in?
100.
All right. So where your 10 go?
My 10 is supposed to be going. My 100 supposed to be going in.
Your 100 is in.
Right. The 10 she holding back is
10 is
her.
missing. 10 is missing. It's with her. 10 missing though. That's why the dude asked for the not substitute.
The supplement.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. That's why he asking that, Pete. You're supposed to be getting something out of the deal because the 10% was not led of the 100% that you're giving. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That means your extra little 10 that you gave for no reason, it drops in her bag. So now she got 110.
Mm-hmm.
And you getting played by 10 because you don't have nothing
to fall back on.
I got a video that explains
on the same. Okay, thank you, child. I thought I was tripping, but I thought I was going in a circle though. I ain't want to keep saying the same shit.
Basically, what you're saying is you giving an extra 10. You giving 100 plus the extra 10 because
she not
giving 100.
Yeah,
you gonna always give you that 80, 90.
Yeah, don't add, subtract, nigga.
Yeah.
Divide that shit, and it's right. It's right there. I think that's why Ron was. That's why your girl said what she said too. Remember, and you could speak on this one too. Chop after I say what I'm saying. She spoke on well. I give myself 100%. So Pete,
if I put 100%
guess what?
into myself.
Look, check me out. Listen. You get the 100. She said, I put 100% in myself. So why would I do that to somebody else? So that means you're actually taking 10% from somebody else, Pete. You're not the person who's taking is not giving up shit. You see what I'm saying? Do the math. They're giving 100% to themselves, nigga. They weren't about them. You know why? Because they're holding back 10% and only giving you 90, and they're admitting it. You feel what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying now? You the max is 100. The max is 100. You can't go past 100. So somebody high 10, Pete. You feel what I'm saying? You take one egg down. What the fuck? You cook one. Come on, Ron.
You took one egg.
You gotta make come on, man. You gotta make that, man. You gotta make up for that, man. You supposed to have a dozen. I come with my dozen. You come with your dozen.
I saw 3 points.
That's all. But go ahead, Chop. After
the first and most valid point that came up was the brother saying, "If I'm not getting 100% from you, can I supplement?"
Michael Jackson keeps stealing the mic.
That right there was very key, because she's saying in her own mind, because I feel, and I'm telling you, she in her feelings about it, because she said, you could tell she feel like, well, we have to incubate. Incubate means to what? Hold on to until it's
I remember
ready
when
to
women
give.
didn't want to be barefoot and pregnant. So that was a contradiction in her behalf too, or even holding a tent.
Just to say that. You contradicted yourself.
She
just
said
now,
working out.
mama.
Girl, you was big boned. You don't your man ain't asking you to work out. Stop. You laying down doing you. Stop doing that.
We have to incubate. We have to be the mother and the wife, and okay, well, if he's supposed to be the provider, the protector, the plumber, the electrician, the garbage man, the mechanic, the carpet man, your lover, and the father to the children. That's 9 things right there that a man gotta do. And all you saying you gotta do is be the incubator.
It is a lot of jobs. You got more jobs than a Jamaican, boy.
You saying that all you gotta do is be the incubator and the bearer to give when it's time to give. Hold up, we supposed to be building together, not whenever you ready. When we get to this certain level, okay, let's move on to this next step.
Right, B, I'm not about to put you down on the couch now. Don't. All right.
Go ahead, Chop. My bad, brother.
I knew they were gonna fire you up, boy. That play too much.
man, go
Chop, give me a
ahead.
little something, bro. Do your thing,
Yeah,
man. You
I
saw both of them
always,
too, right?
yeah, I always
Okay, yeah, do your thing.
find ourselves. We always find ourselves at this point where we get to this debate because, like the first lady said, just bringing everything together. The lady was saying basically, you have to let that person heal. Sometimes people use them healing as a reason for them to get away with the shit that they be doing. You know what I'm saying? It might be some shit that happened way in the beginning of the relationship, and the woman hold that shit against you for the rest. And what I've seen is women hold that against husbands or boyfriends that allow them to do that shit. Because she right, it does take you to be able to have laser focus, because while that person's hurting and they thinking about all that shit or whatever, all that shit piling up and on your mind, you ain't thinking about doing your half of what you're supposed to be doing in the relationship. So the thing with that is you really only supposed to be giving 50% of the relationship. And I ain't talking about just financially, I'm talking about with everything, because you still have to give 50% to yourself too. That helps your mate not have to fill themselves up, and you know what I'm saying? Because you holding yourself accountable for yourself, and they holding themselves accountable for themselves, and y'all taking that other 50 to hold each other accountable for each other. So I think we do the number breakdown fucked up. Like, we just do it wrong or whatever. But yeah, 110%. If you're giving 110%, you shouldn't be in a relationship, dog. It just is what it is. That means you want it more than that person wants it, if that makes more sense to people. That's what I hear when a motherfucker say all that shit. Like, ain't no way you want me to give more to you, and you know you're not giving more to me, but I'm still supposed to give more to you because I hurt you, or you ain't over something that happened early on in our tenure. Like I said, it's just different strokes for different folks. I'm not letting nobody hold nothing over my head that long. Go be with somebody else. I'm not about to sit up there and let you, knowing that shit holding our relationship back. You just gonna keep on feeling like that. Keep on, you know what I'm saying? It's some shit that you could get past, but you're not trying to get past it because you like the fact that you're getting that extra 10%, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one, homie. Second that motion. Peter, I forgot what beat that was you was playing, brother. I'm sorry. I just had to hit them claps, bro. You could run it whenever you ready to press it and click on it and play it back again. You could start the beat back. I ain't gonna fuck up your mode either, though.
Nah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Chop. Oh wait, Chop.
Yeah.
You was finished?
No, this is my turn. That's what I was saying. If you
Oh,
whatever beat that was you was playing, which one that was? You remember?
uh,
That's what I was
I
asking
think
you.
it was 30 Project 36 or something like that.
I can't remember.
Click that mud back on,
I'm
man.
about to, I'm about to see if I can find it right quick.
Yeah, but I got a little something from Dr. Fresh, Chris Wilson, like I was telling y'all earlier, I just want to put this on y'all head too, let's think about this from a ancestral DNA type of thing, Has stuff been passed through history through our DNA that we automatically do and we automatically adapt to and we automatically, getting involved in, especially in our households and homes, the influence of let's go from radio to TV to social media, the fast movement of being exposed to all this shit at one time. Is all these things a factor in who's running it, and how does this actually uh pertains to everyday life, to everyday people that look like us, fellas, especially the indigenous from America. So let's listen to a little bit of Dr. Fresh Crash Wilson, and I'm gonna pass it on to you, chap.
Now let's go back about the relationship. Black females are not a threat to white genetic survival. Now we have all the genetic material in our ovaries, but women can entice, but they cannot impose sexual intercourse. In other words, imagine you reaching and pulling out your M16 rifle and saying to the man, you are going to have sexual intercourse. Now, gentlemen, what will happen? See, that's just physiology 101. The erection cannot be maintained in the presence of fear. Now, the Creator made it that way so you won't have a conflict. If you get afraid, you've got to exit. So the focus is on the black male. In other words, racism, white supremacy attacks us as a total people for the purpose of white genetic survival. But the intense focus is on males because they can impose sexual intercourse. Now, all the different colors that we come in, most black families don't have two people that are the same color. Everybody's a different shade, and then that causes warfare in the family. Who's lightest? Who looks the most white? Speaking from my own family situation. Everybody has color shade conflict. And it's not only in this area of the world, it's all over South America, all over Central America, all over India. Everywhere. See who's dark and who's not dark. Who looks most white, and fight amongst yourself. It's called divide and conquer. But all of those colors are because of the activity of white male oppressors and white slave masters. You see, it wasn't Sally Hemings in love with Thomas Jefferson. See, let's get that straight. See, that would be an absolute insult, talking about the slave loves the master when the master won't free the slaves or the slaves' children. That's a fantasy. No, there was non-stop rape and sexual abuse on the plantations. See, I heard a white female talking about the plantation in her family, and she was saying that the slave masters would have relationships with the African women to make more slaves. Well, I guess that's part of it, aside from maybe whatever they might have enjoyed. But let's look at how this plays out. Do you see? Because the system of racism is sane, and this is where I went in the ISIS papers into a discussion of the phrase motherfucker. See, this is a phrase that used to be said over and over again in the system of racism, white supremacy amongst black people. I remember coming out of a clinic in Washington, D.C., and I'm coming down the stairs and some young people were passing, and the young people were motherfucker this, motherfucker. So I said to myself, my first thought was, why are the children talking like this? My second thought was, any phrase that is used with high frequency must have significance.
Yes.
Now, because I understood at that point the system of racism, white supremacy, I said, this language is specific to this system. Now, what does it mean? And then my brain computer just went through, well, there are 5 people categories: man, woman, boy, girl, baby. That covers everybody. Who is the man? If I said, here comes a man you are, my dad was alive, you wouldn't expect to see him. Who is the man? Speak up, class. Don't lie, That means the only man on the scene. Any other male has 4 choices: woman, boy, girl, baby. Some time ago, woman and girl was out. Some time ago. Okay, I said woman and girl was out. Black men died, many of them. Don't call me no boy. So the white people said, fine, you got 2 choices. I mean, you got 1 choice left. Baby. Are you all with me? Yeah. Come on, because we're getting free.
So I think, fellas, if a lot of women understood the whole process of this order that these people have going on, they will understand where all this come from. Just listening to this beat, y'all, I'm thinking about what she's talking about. Baby Boy. The movie Baby Boy. Look at what she's speaking on. Look at what she's talking about. We could just supplement it for whatever you think reacts to your life of what she just spoke on, ladies. This is what men have to go through. Like she said, it's the initiation of the sex as well. It's the push of the whole situation that the hierarchy basically is already set in place. So it's not like you have control over something that you think you do. And the way that we have these problems in our relationships, I think it stems from a lot of the stuff that she spoke on, fellas. Y'all just give me y'all quick brief synopsis on what y'all heard from Dr. Francis, and if y'all never heard of that before, just let me know, and y'all just give me y'all 1-2 on that. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, P-Dot.
Speaking on what she was speaking on, I remember one of the lessons I learned in school where the word motherfucker came from. And it did come off the plantation, but it was used in a term of they would blindfold the male slaves and put them in a room with females and force them to mate and breed, but not tell them that the person that they're mating and breeding with was their own mother. Hence the term motherfucker. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
that was what she was talking about. That's what she was talking about.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it quite clearly because of the the way the audio
No, you
was for
good.
that particular video. But that's one of the lessons I remember hearing about, and it it hit me like a ton of bricks because I could not imagine
And they all wasn't blindfolded neither, P. That them niggas knew they
they
was
literally
using
was
them, right?
forcing them. Yeah, forcing them to like you get in there, you do it, or you gonna take this whip, or you gonna have something cut off, or any
Yeah.
number of things, any number of evil things that they could think to do to you,
Yeah, how
and
you would breed dogs. Yeah.
it's just sad to know that a lot of what we're going through now, almost what 200 years past slavery, past the end of the slavery, is coming up, and we still suffering from the same PTSD, or I I want to say genetically passed down memory, because people refuse to see that they're living a life that was handed to them by their predecessors. The things you say, the things you do, the way you act, all of that was handed to you by somebody who went through them same lessons that was taught to them by somebody else. So it's like a never-ending cycle of fuck shit that keeps happening, and the people caught up in it is our women. Because we done got to the point now where we like, man, look, it's time for a change. And the change got to start within us, right? So we start doing what we need to do to be better, productive men. But our ladies done got caught up in something that didn't have nothing to do with them, and they still breed that same idiotic bullshit to each other. And I'm sorry, I'm saying it that way, but this the truth. Where did this
Do you
shit come
think our
from?
women know we being attacked? Do they think that's a gimmick, or do they believe in that? I don't think. I
I
think they've
think
been.
some of,
I think they've
I
been
think,
tricked out of believing that, like after generations then passed, like because you could keep erasing shit. You see what I'm saying, P? As the generations go, you forget more and more shit. Like we was talking about that conversation earlier with the children, with Gil Scott Heron. If the kids knew who Gil Scott Heron was, would they respond to shit that on the way they respond to stuff online and shit like they do, even though they do have the technology, right? But they would
would they be,
would they still
would they
have
go
the same thought
research?
process if they knew that these type of people existed and fought for this and did this and did that and took it serious, like it, you know what I'm saying? I think it it was my question to you, but just asking me personally, I think it would be different because you would have a different thought process about what life really is and how shit really go. Like a lot of these kids don't have that because they think it's right there in front of them. It's you could just get it right quick. It's microwave, or it don't mean that much. And whatever that is,
No.
it's just the thought process of it. A lot of kids, I ain't gonna say every kid, but it's like that's the trend, that's the mode, that's the top thing, live free, die young type shit, So it's they always, just question that, if they knew a lot of the Black Panthers and shit like that, like if you just walk up to a little black dude and be like, yeah, bro, who's one of the Black Panthers, and they could actually tell you with no problem.
Right.
I think their interest would, I don't know, it just probably would look different to me. I just believe that, But go ahead, Chop, my bad, bro.
I don't think that women understand how systematic the way they feel about men is has been that way for years.
Great point.
I don't think they get that part of it. I don't think they know that a lot of shit that's been going on, because like I said, it's been going on for so long that they think the shit just normal.
Yep. Generation. Yep.
I do believe that there's generational trauma. I do believe
You don't know. You
there's
don't know. It gotta be. If you don't know something, you don't know something. You can't make it up in your head, or you gotta go through it, right?
A lot of, and see
right.
what I'm saying that too, because when you think about it, it's a lot of shit that you find out down the line that they just said or did emotional purposes why. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because you ask for fair, but you don't ask for fair in your actions. It's not fair in your action. Like, it just is what it is. When you courting somebody, let's say every time you court somebody, those people stayed in their own house. Meaning your girlfriend stayed in her own house and you stay in your own house. So now, how can that woman ask you for money? That's why I said we kind of do the shit fucked up too. How can she ask you for money? How can she say, "Oh, you gotta help me with this, that, and the third"? The whole time you got your own fucking house, apartment, whatever, with your own bills, own car note, own insurance. So you're supposed to make the money for you and her. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're supposed to pay her bills and your bills. Like, come on, that ain't gonna work like that.
What am I
Eventually,
taking
That's
on? Yeah.
what's that word that is? It's a phrase. It's a phrase. It's a phrase. Unrealistic. That unrealistic thinking. You have
unrealistic
unrealistic.
expectations.
Yes, your expectations are unrealistic. You have your own place. I have mine. But you want me because I come over to your place. Remember, you invited me over here to pay your bill. Well, what if we just said, okay, I never come to your place. We always go out. And instead of going to my place or your place,
That
we
girl gonna
rather go
stop
to a
talking to you.
hotel or whatever.
She gonna
Yeah, I
stop
don't give a
talking
fuck.
to you. She gonna stop.
I don't give a
She
fuck.
gonna stop.
You know why? Because somebody, and listen, and the
She's
reason I
definitely gonna
say that is
dish your
because
ass.
the reason I say that is because the LeBron tried that shit with me. And I'm like, girl, I don't fucking live here. This your house. You talking about I pay your fucking bill. You tripping. I only come over here when you call me over here. I don't ask to come over here. You ain't gonna help me pay my light bill? No.
Mm-hmm.
I think what needs to start happening is if if things gotta
They
go
gonna
back
try
to the
you,
way they
dog. They
should
gonna
be,
try you, bro. They gonna
the
try
word
you.
no has to be
It's
set
built off
in
that
stone
trauma,
at
bro.
some point. Yeah.
It's been a long time, bro,
It is.
since so said slavery. I call it POW, me, prisoners of war, captured, right here.
In your own home.
Nigga sent you from Louisiana to North Carolina, chap. You thought you was in Africa. nigga took nigga told you. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's for another conversation, fellas. Go ahead, chap. I passed the torch, man.
I got to. Y'all was already kind of talking about this little conversation.
have a father in your life, like myself, when you watch a man take lead, like growing up, you want those type of principles when you look forward to a man. And if my dad is head honcho of my house and is taking care of shit, then I'm expecting to come in my life and do the same thing.
Women will often say that about a man, like he has to live up to the standards of my father. But when a man says, I want the woman to live up to the standards of my mother, I'm not here to be your mother, you got mommy issues and all that. So why is it different when a man looks for expectations in a woman that he sees in his mother?
I got one question. When you have a
Look how quick they get in their feelings. Look how quick she got in her feelings. She went to yelling, talking loud. The man couldn't even finish his statement. That's why women are coming up now and saying, hey, y'all gotta shut up and listen sometimes, because what they saying is fucking right. Why we gotta have mommy issues because we want you to be the loving, caring, and compassion, same type of woman my mother was, but you don't want to live up to that. That's too much of a pedestal for you to be on. That's what you're trying to say. You know you can't live up to that type of love, compassion, and understanding that our mothers lived up to. You see what I'm saying? But you all want us.
It wasn't taught to do
that. Great point, Chop. That's what Chris Wilson was talking about, P. Motherfucker.
It was not taught to do that. That's why they was taught to manipulate your ass just to get whatever they got to get out you.
Yeah, it's a taught behavior, but they don't know they taught it. It's in the back of their fucking brain. It ain't at the front. It's in the subconscious, P. It's in the subconscious, nigga. They don't even know they doing it. They think they just gotta do it.
Look, there's actually a study that shows that little girls are taught from birth how to manipulate men, and that's crazy. From birth?
But some of them are born with it, though, Pete. Look, listen to me. Some of them are born with it because the survival behavior is different from different races and different people. That's why they was able to even play the race game with people, because they know people came from different places and shit. You see what I'm saying?
I also believe this.
Man, look, everybody ain't raised the same round. What we say on the show, man? Your grandma ain't give you no foo-foo.
That nigga say I still ain't got no foo-foo. I keep saying it's something on magazine. Gotta go up there one day.
Our melanin on the same vibe. Yeah, that's because we been here just as long as y'all ass. Why that don't make no sense? See, so great point though with that, Chop. With that,
now this my next one is going to explain basically what I'm saying. This lady is about to give you a health reason on why something with women shouldn't be the way it is. But you know how women is when you start talking about their menstrual cycle. They got to go through this and have attitudes. It's natural. You're supposed to go through it. This, that, and the third. All right, let's see what they need.
Wait. So interesting. So is it possible to not have menstrual cramps?
Absolutely. My girls don't have cramps.
Hold on. So you're saying menstrual cramps?
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to cramp on your cycle?
You don't have to have cramps. Change your food.
Wow. I feel like that's starting to beef if you tell your woman that.
I am delivered. What's up with all these cramps?
Oh no.
Coach
Roasted.
Right. Listen. Many. The women that get in my program, they give testimonies. Cramps are gone.
Wow.
That's a testimony. Cramps are gone.
So you're supposed to be able to work out on your cycle?
Yeah. Fibroids, my flow. God, my flow is barely there. My cramps are gone. My fibroids have been reduced. They're shrinking. I'm telling you, y'all. Listen to me. Y'all not listening to me. I said all roads lead back to God's food. I said whatever the case. See, y'all didn't believe me. It's been a check engine light since you were 15.
Now she basically telling women. Now think about it. Explaining your woman
Been
Like the
taught that
dude
shit,
said,
child.
explain trying to
It
tell your
is.
woman that she ain't supposed to have cramps.
Man, she gonna look at you like you're a motherfucking doorbell or door stopper.
Exactly.
She'll
That is
never
No,
believe it
I could
because
just,
her
I
mama
could
had
just,
that shit. Her grandma had that shit. Her grandma had that shit. Man, what? But the
I
health,
could hit.
but the health,
What you mean? What you
man, that
mean?
shit
You
hit
ain't no
different.
woman. You don't know you don't know what's going on inside a woman body. No, I know a
I
woman that said who
heard that dude
is
say
medically
shit.
trained. That said you're not supposed to fucking have crabs when you're supposed to when you're on your cycle.
You definitely gonna start a beef saying that shit. Them girls gonna call your ass, boy. You better not tell them girls that shit. You mean to tell me this whole time you been having an attitude with me and telling me you gotta be mean to me for nothing?
There it is. That's too much TV, child. Is that what they show on TV? Oh, it's the menstrual time. This guy must got cramps. Yeah.
That's why I
Remember,
say
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
my whole point tonight was
Niggas
to show women
cramps.
and men that a lot of the shit that be going on don't have to be going on. It's just tradition. It's what you saw, so you do it. With everything else, same reason why we eat the bad food. Same reason why we do everything we do, because we seen somebody before us do it and we following in their footsteps. Yeah, it's rare. It's the same thing with women. I never forget the video when I seen the video from the 80s, the early 80s or late 80s when the women was on there talking about they don't need a man and they don't need like that shit been involved like a motherfucker.
They even did it in. They put it in the music and everything. That's when people like Janet Jackson and them came out with, what have you done for me lately? Whitney Houston had a song, something like that, and similar. Yeah, different artists. So it definitely was a
TLC
push.
blew the shit out the friend. Blew that shit out the friend with Scrubs. No,
Yeah, they bought
I
it back.
don't
Yep,
want
they
no
bought it back
scrubs.
in the 2000. Yeah. So
Like
it
what the
definitely was
fuck?
a push. Yeah.
Shit crazy, huh?
I used to
It
hear.
all go together, brother. You know me with puzzles.
I used to
It's another
hear
piece
girls
added,
say
homie.
crazy shit talking about I can't date no dude that's catching the bus. Bitch, if you catching the bus, if I'm catching the bus, we both catching the fucking bus.
Like I said, and like a lot of people have said, the greatest trick, one of the greatest tricks that they ever was able to complete was making a black woman feel like they the black man.
Damn. Ooh, Brittany Griner type shit.
Say it again for
Holy
the people in the
smokes.
back, child. Say it again for the people in the back.
I'm just saying they made women, they basically made men and women fight for the same things, right?
The
Like
battle of the sexes.
if you think
They
about
even
it,
selling that shit, chop.
a
Yep.
perfect balance gives no more power to nobody. So they don't want that. They want and they will say that men don't want the balance, but if I'm in the world like before, well, the way old school men used to think about it, I'm in the world fighting the world for
That's why they
us.
won't be both of them.
My woman don't have to fight the world because I'm gonna fight the world. She gonna stay at this house for the older people I'm talking about, older before this time we in now. My woman stay home, she clean, she cook, she do all this, that, and the third. The problem with that was the men was fucking the other women and shit, right? But if we go all the way back to the Bible, men had multiple wives.
Yep.
And the wives was going to find the other wives for the men.
To make sure that they were suitable.
In some situations, not all. In some
To
situations,
make
that's
sure
how it
that they
was.
were suitable.
So, like I said, at the
It all
end of the
depends
day,
on because remember, chop, they looked at that shit different. You know how we look at wealth, like having more children. Having wealth back
yeah,
then was less. Yeah. So because you needed more people to do things back then. So that definitely was a practice, son. So I'm just just giving them a little detail on that.
Yeah,
You're right
it's
about
like
that though.
though. Everything. That's why a lot of people say you gotta unlearn everything you learn and relearn, because everything you learned basically was to keep you in the mindset, in this American ass mindset, or whatever mindset they having you in, or whatever. This ain't how shit used to be. This ain't how shit was. That's why I used to have so many rebellions. That's why I used to have so many wars and battles,
Supremacists.
because the
Well,
people
thank
of
you.
the land
And everybody getting their hands
fighting
in it.
against them bitches to make sure that they kept whatever it was they was trying to keep. So yeah, I mean that's all
Dirty
I
motherfuckers.
that's all I really had. But I just wanted to show the fact that women ain't always right, because if they was, that lady wouldn't be saying that about the cramps at
And
all.
if that was also if that was true, we wouldn't be having the problems we're having right now either. We wouldn't have no problems if the women was always right. You see what I'm saying? I'm right about what I'm saying. No, you're not.
Yeah, just
You
hold
know,
dear
a
to your
lot of
mistakes and thank God and and just give thanks that you actually have a good family that care about you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of keep repeating these same mistakes over and over because you're trying to prove something to yourself. You're only fighting yourself at the end of the day, ladies. So I just wanted to say that right quick. It was on my mind.
yeah. That's another thing that I think they don't realize. You fighting the enemy that really shouldn't. You fighting a losing battle with an enemy that really ain't there. If that makes sense if that makes sense for you, if I need to repeat it, you're fighting a losing battle with an enemy that ain't there. You put them own cookies in your goddamn head, and everybody. Oh boy, I tell you, that's all
You
you
can
had,
shut it
Chop.
on down, Pete. Yeah, you can shut it on down.
That's
Go
all I
ahead.
had, man. I
Salute, y'all.
apologize, bro. We got fucking 26 pans of food to make, my nigga.
Oh yeah, you good, brother, you good. I
Look, I'm
understand
tired.
that.
I'm
The
tired.
grind, look,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired, nigga. I'm tired.
I just was telling another brother at work the other day too, bro. It's a lot of stuff I be talking about at work now, bro, because I'm around brothers who, they trigger thoughts with me. The grind don't stop, and neither should you. The only time you should stop is when you dead in that grave. That's it. So,
Well,
folks,
sometimes you gotta stop to work out and stuff, get your body to right.
yeah, you keep, yeah, that part, no, because you still working. Get what you said, work out, right? You still working, but
I'm not about to let you equivalent a job and exercising, but I see what you're saying.
nigga, I done lost weight. Fuck, I'm sweating it out at work. What the fuck are you talking about?
There you go. All
It's
right.
hot at work. That's why.
Right?
What if it
I'm
was
still
cool, huh,
working.
Chad? You
That's a
wouldn't be
workout.
saying that.
If it was cold, you damn sure wouldn't
Nah, I
be
can't
You'd be
say that,
15
nigga.
pounds bigger.
Nah, I can't say that, my boy, because when I was working
I'm
at that
just
cold
going
storage
along
unit,
with your
niggas was
crazy
tripping
ass.
off
You
of,
be bringing up
niggas was tripping
Look,
out on me and that bitch sweating.
the most
But
trivial shit. Shut it on
but
down,
yeah,
Pete. That.
yeah, folks. I hope y'all have I hope this sparks some conversations out there where people can, come to a sense of understanding with each other and understand that sometimes it's just good to listen. Your man ain't always wrong and you ain't always right, and vice versa. So, everybody can sit down and learn from one another. I think this is what the biggest lesson of tonight is as far as our ladies is concerned. Just listen. Not everything is what you think it is. Stop being bamboozled by what social media and all these other motherfuckers are saying. Because the people who love you and live with you and tell you what they see happening, they can't be making it up. They're not lying on you. So please stop and think about what's being said to you and get out your emotion start thinking much more logically about the situation and realize maybe it is worth looking at it from the angle that another person sees, you know? Um, yeah, that's all I had. Anybody else got anything?
I would say
Final
just
statements, Jack.
unlearn everything you learn, man. Just. I know it hurt because your mama told you that, your grandma told you that, your great grandma, your auntie you like, your cousin. You know, for men and for women, unlearn that shit, bro. That's one thing I can say about being around, having my mama and being around her and her friends. I used to see so many different types of women, so many different types of situations, so many different types of scenarios and things, go this way or go that way. You know what I'm saying? And it never was the norm of what people say. And I'm gonna say this shit, bro. If the way women wanted men to be was right, they would raise their sons like that. They would tell their sons to do the shit that they want their man to do for a woman. And you can't find no woman on this earth that's about to tell you that she want her son to be doing that shit that them women be asking for. Chop tracks.
That's a fact. I agree with that.
Yeah, man. I want to go into some of the other news with the lady with the EBT, man. Ma'am, you gotta wait for a little minute, ma'am.
30 million.
I hope we can keep up with this situation. Hopefully some other people pick it up so we could find out what's going on with that situation, because there's definitely more to that story. The police with the casino, man, they cracking down on y'all, man. All these little pies and shit y'all doing, man. They gotta find out a different way, because ain't no more crack. Ain't no niggas on the corner. Okay, it's a whole nother hustle. So guess what, police? Y'all ass gotta be on a whole nother scheme, nigga. And I think they kind of figuring certain things out, and now they have to deal with more serious situations, other than locking a nigga up for some bullshit. So it's definitely coming out to play. I still got my popcorn. For the ladies out here, or the females, or whatever whatever you if you call yourself, or go by, if you in the LGBT community. In the relationship, there has to be a certain standard that y'all both have to have, not only for yourself, but for both of y'all when y'all come together, because y'all both represent each other in the situation. So if you feel that that is not a great representative for you, then it doesn't make sense to try to help them understand that when it's not what you want. You already made your decision by trying to make them do something that you feel like they should be doing, when the whole time they're giving you their all. So you have to stop it, because it's definitely a lot of things that we regret sometimes when we do shit like that. So the women have to look at it from the same perspective. You can't say that you don't regret some of the things. Is that the moves that's being made sometimes feel like it's not fair, because of how y'all present it, as if it's supposed to be this way, when especially if you especially if you so-called black. I'm gonna say for right now, There's a it's a different motive when it comes out here, and it's still on social media. So you would think with all this, technology and extra learning and all this shit would, you know, get better, but it's actually more subtle. So it's getting pushed more than we actually understand. Fuck shit still going on. It's just the control is more in people's hands who don't give a fuck. So ladies, y'all have to be more vigilant of that when y'all put shit in perspectives when it comes to y'all men or men of y'all color. So let me say, God, son. That's all I have, P.
All right, folks. I'm glad y'all was able to drop in. Thank you to our listeners for tonight. Our our biggest supporter, DD504, that Gaming Pro
Hey,
65. Glad to see you
Gaming
back
Pro.
in the building. To all our listeners on the rebroadcast, whenever you get a hold to this, drop them comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Um, Chop Track, Silent Child. Thank y'all, man. I'm glad y'all was able to
Yes,
come with
sir.
some very, very good input for the night, man. I'm glad we was able to make it work and come together on some big vibes for the night. So, having said that, man, sorry y'all missed us Sunday, man. We wasn't expecting that. Something came up, so we had to cancel the show. We'll be back this Sunday, and we'll have something good for y'all. Don't forget our Sunday discussion. Um, Chop Track, Solid Child, P Dot. I'm glad we all was able to get together tonight, man. This is Blunt Talk NOLA. Don't forget to like,
Yes, sir.
subscribe, share. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Get the message out that we all New Orleans soon to be number one podcast. I want
We
us to be
coming for
number
y'all
one
motherfucking
podcast.
neck.
Yeah, we come. So yeah, I definitely want to put that good affirmation out there since everybody on some affirmation type shit. But for sure, for sure, for sure. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Tell somebody, tell somebody, tell somebody. I'm P Dot on the spot,
Silent Child 17.
Chop Tracks in the building.
and we all once again Blood
Peace,
Talk
y'all.
NOLA, and we are out of here.
Appreciate y'all. Next time.